Hello, everybody. Mr. Odom here, and I have another equation to solve. So the learning target for this video is that I can solve equations, and you'll need your pencil, composition book, or notebook paper, and a calculator. So I'm going to jump right in, and we're going to solve this problem. So let me write the problem down. So I'm going to write this problem down, but I am going to turn these mixed numbers into improper fractions. So 5 times 4 is 20. 20 plus 2 is 22 over 5. That's the same as 4 2/5 plus k equals negative 11 times 3 is 33. 33 plus 2 is 35 over 11. All right. Let me draw my line. Now to get k all by itself, I need to subtract 22 over 5, 22 over 5 from both sides, or it won't be equal anymore. So now I have to deal with that wonderful subtraction problem. So I have 35 over 11 minus 22 over 5. I have to find a common denominator first, which would be 55. So let me put this over 55. So to get from 11 to 55, I have to multiply by 5. This will still be negative. And 35 times 5. What is that? That's, I think 100 and, what is that, 175? 35 times 5. I'm checking on my, yes, I got that right. Okay, cool. 175 minus, to go from 5 to 55, I have to multiply by 11. So 22 times 11. 22 times 11, I think that's 242. I just checked it. It is 242. Someday I'll show you a quick way to multiply things by numbers by 11, but I don't have time right now. All right, anyway, we have common denominator, so I can go ahead and put those numerators together and combine them in the numerator and put them all over 55. All right, and then that is going to equal, I have negative 175 minus 242. Woohoo, this is nice. I have negative 417 over 55. So that's my answer. Well, it looks like a weird number, Mr. Odom. Well, it is. It's not one that you see all the time, but it exists. It's a value. So sometimes that could be the answer to a problem. All right, so now we have our solution, and we need to go back and check to make sure that it is correct. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write down this problem. 22 over 5 plus k equals negative 35 over 11. All right. I'm going to show you guys a little trick here. Something I can do to get rid of these denominators. And what I can do is I can multiply both sides of this equation by the same thing. What am I going to multiply by? I am going to multiply by 55. Actually, let me write it over here. I'm going to multiply everything by 55. And we know that when we have parentheses and have something outside and multiplying it, I need to use the distributive property. Okay, let's see what happens when I do that. What happens is 55, I'll have 55, I'll put it over 1 times 22 over 5 plus 55 times k equals, and then I'll have 55 times negative 35 over 11. All right, let's see what happens. And actually, that's not 55. Yeah, it is 55 times k. Sorry. So now let's go ahead and simplify this. So that cancels the 5 and the 55. That's just 11. So this gives us 242 plus 55. And what did k equal? K equaled this. So I can put negative 417 over 55. And that equals, and then in this term, the 11 becomes 1, and that cancels, and that becomes 5. And 5 times negative 35 is negative 175. All right. Let's clean this up some more. Here I have the 55s that cancel. So I have 242 plus negative 417. Does that equal negative 175? Well, you just put this in your calculator. 242 plus a negative 417 equals negative 175. So I get the same value on both sides of the equal sign, which means that when I substituted this value down here, that this is the correct solution to the equation. It gives you the correct answer. Okay, so I did something a little different here in this step. You'll see me use this from time to time. It helps me to eliminate having to deal with fractions. It's a pretty helpful tool. And it's actually using one of the properties of equality that we're going to talk about in section 3.4. All right, so this is Mr. Odom. Hopefully that was helpful. If you got questions, bring them to class. I look forward to seeing you guys soon, and I'm out. You guys are awesome.